Well, hello and welcome back. And it is day 4 of Granny Square month of August. And this is what we are going to learn how to make today. It's just a little petite square. And we're going to go ahead and jump right into it and get started. You will need 2 colors of yarn, an appropriate sized crochet hook for your yarn, pair of scissors, and a darning needle to work in your ends. So you'll start with a slip knot and chain 4. Slip stitch to your first chain, and then you're going to chain 4. That counts as a triple crochet, and then do a triple crochet into the hole. Technically, it's a triple crochet cluster. So what we're going to do is a cluster 8 times with a chain 3 in between. So chain 3, and then to do a triple cluster, you yarn over twice, go through the center, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and leave 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over twice, go through the center, pull your yarn through, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, and then yarn over and go through all 3. And that gives you your triple crochet cluster. And then you're chaining 3, and you're going to do, you have 2 now, you need a total of 8, 6 more of those. And slip stitch into the top, 1, 2, 3, 4 of our first cluster there, and fasten off, and we're done with pink. So we're going to change over to color number 2. Slip knot, and in any of the chain 3 spaces, you're going to fasten on, chain 1, and do a single crochet. Then you will chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, come over to your next chain space and do a single crochet. Chain 5, come over to the next chain space and do a single crochet. And you're going to do this all the way around. And when you get to the last space, you chain 5, slip stitch into your single crochet, not where you fastened on, and then you're going to slip stitch into the first 3 chains of that first chain 5 space. One, 2, and 3. Then you will chain 4. That will count as a double crochet and a chain 1. Then you're going to jump over to the next chain 5 space, and you are going to do 5 triple crochet clusters with a chain 1 in between. So we're jumping over, we're doing a triple, an incomplete triple, leaving 2 loops on our hook, yarn over twice, go back in, pull through 2, 2, and then all 3, chain 1. You're going to do that 4 more times in this space. Yarn over twice, pull through 2, 2, leave 2 on your hook, yarn over twice, pull through 2, 2, and then pull through all 3 and chain 1. 3 more to go. Chain 1, jump over to this next space and do a double crochet. Chain 1, jump over to this space and do 5 triple crochet clusters. That's a tongue twister with a chain 1 in between, and you're going to alternate that all the way around. 5 clusters, 1 double, 5 clusters, 1 double, 5 clusters, and we're going to end with a double. So when I get there, I'll show you where to end. Okay, so you've made it around, and you have your 5 clusters in your last thing there. You're going to chain 1, and then come over and slip stitch into the 3rd chain, not the 4th. You want the 3rd chain, because remember this was a double plus a chain. So we slip stitch into that. Then we're going to chain 4, and do a triple in that same spot. And that is half a corner. And you're probably sitting there thinking, what do you mean it's a corner? It's in the middle of the row. Just watch. I thought the same thing the first time I ever made one of these. I was like, what is going on here? This doesn't make any sense. Okay, so we did our triple cluster. We're going to chain 1 and come over to the next chain space and do a double. Chain 1, come over to the next space and do a double. Chain 1, come over to the next space and do a double. Chain 1, come over to the next space and do a double. And that brings us around to where we have another one of these where it's just the double crochet. So we chain 1, and we're going to do a triple. Not all the way, because we're going to do a cluster. Okay, and then we're going to chain 2, because this is a corner, and we're going to do another triple cluster in that same space. And then we chain 1, come over here to this first space and do a double. Chain 1, come over to the next space and do a double. Chain 1, come over to the next space and do a double. Chain 1, next space and do a double. Chain 1, and look where we're at. Now we're going to do 2 triple clusters, a triple cluster, a chain 2, and a triple cluster. That's 1, chain 2, and that's our second one. We chain 1, and it's jumping over to the space and doing a double, chain 1, jump over and do a double, chain 1, jump over and do a double, chain 1, come over and do a double, chain 1, and look where we're at. Another pair of clusters. Chain 2, make the second cluster, chain 1, jump over and do a double, chain 1, jump over and do a double, chain 1, jump over, do a double. We are almost done, guys. Chain 1, jump over and do a double, chain 1, and now you're going to do the second half of the first corner that we started in that same spot. Do a triple cluster, chain 2, and in the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, we are going to do a slip stitch and fasten off because we are finished. Looking rough. Okay, let's grab these corners and give it a nice little stretch. Got some ends to work in. Okay. Blocking is a must with a lot of these patterns, but I like this one. I like it because the circle is very defined, both of them, the pink and then this round circle, and it's not distorted like a lot of them get when the chains pull on them. And this one is much bigger. Well, not a lot, but it's bigger than my first one that I did, just because of the different type of yarn and the yarn needle. Pink and brown looks good together though, don't you think? Anyhow, that's it. This is the end of day 4, pattern 4 of our Granny Square challenge for the month of August. 30 squares in 30 days. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.